Hi, good evening. This is Jackie Ma Apex Training. Thank you for joining me on October 16, 2019. And I just want to say I really appreciate you taking the moment and staying in tune and giving Apex Training the thumbs up. I know in our culture it's very favorable. In other cultures is considered a vulgar sign, but we'll just stay the course and focus on the fact that, who wouldn't want to be a better weightlifter? You have this amazing clean. It would be like absolute money to make that jerk, So last week I did develop a video on doing the dip drive, and it didn't load for some unknown reason. So I'm going to combine last week's video with this week and completing a jerk. Okay, so I'm borrowing my child's Oso bar, the 5-pound bar, and so what we're going to do is get into our starting position, into the clean. Okay, we talked about firing the lats and staying on your heels and getting into second pull when you start the extension and getting the traps and the quads in and the glutes, and then when you get that summation of those groups firing, then you pull down on the catch, and then when you are about to set on the dip drive, what you want to do is when you do the dip drive, most people after they make the clean and they come up, their hands displace a bit, and the reason being that it's a shorter distance. When your hand's a little bit wider on the bar, it makes it a more solid lockout than it would if your hands were narrow from the same cleaning position where you catch it and it's narrow. So when you do try to do that full jerk, it's a much greater distance from your clavicles, from your shoulders up here, versus once you clean it and you displace your hands, it's a shorter distance and more of a sure lockout. Less likely you'll get called on an elbow, a soft elbow, or a press out, essentially. So again, from here, first pull, second pull, third pull, displace out. So when you get ready to perform your dip drive, what you want to do is you want to keep the center of the gravity of the bar just slightly ahead of your hips. So you figure your center of gravity is here. So if I were to take a plumb line and go straight down from the loaded bar on down, it's like a perpendicular line, what you'll see is that the line will actually fall just behind the shoulder, just over the greater trochanter, just behind the knee, and just ahead of the ankle. And so these are like all these force vectors to keep us even. Okay, so when you do the dip drive, that's why it's really important for you to stay on the back half of your foot, so it creates a vertical drive. And then you tuck your chin, so you don't want to clock your chin on the bar. And also too, if you don't tuck your chin, what typically ends up here, to clear it, you end up like pressing the bar out, which was kind of like my Achilles heel, where I've practically made all my jerks, but my cleans, but my jerks were out of position forward. And if you're forward just a little bit, it's kind of like a slice in the pie or slice of pizza, where if you start off at an off angle a little bit, it has like this exponential effect. Like 1 degree here is going to be like, a greater arc of change up top. So again, when you get ready to do the dip drive, clean it, splish your hands, get your hands like slack. You don't want a death grip on the bar to push out. It's not a military press or a push press. It's basically when you drive the bar up, it's going to be 6 to 8 inches from your clavicle, okay, your clavicles. And then when you lock out, okay, you want to bring your front foot back and your back foot forward, and then you let the bar down. Okay, follow the bar down. So again, when you do the dip drive to the lockout, key points to remember is after you pull it on the third, and you want to catch it on your heels. I went on my toes that time. And then from here, stay solid to the torso, slightly slack hands, and drive the bar up. So once the bar is driven up, you're pushed down under, chin tuck, 50-50 power with the balance of the legs, front foot back, back foot forward. Okay, and just wait for the down signal. So that's the crux of it, and thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please comment, like, dislike. Thanks for viewing. I get a little punchy towards the end of the day, so anyways, just enjoy yourself, have fun, but be safe. Thank you. This is Apex Training, Jackie Ma.